Our first big highlight, of course, is Hanno, CEO of Personio. And it wouldn't be Personio if there wasn't a big new announcement coming up. So last time we announced people workflow automation, and this time, let's see what's happening now. So please welcome on stage, Hanno Renner.
Welcome to H.U.G Digital 2022. A lot has happened since our last HR happening in October last year, and I'm really excited to welcome many of you back, but also to welcome many of you for the first time all across Europe. Reflecting on the last 6 months, many things have changed in the world of HR, much of which you will hear about in detail over the next 2 days. It feels like some of the big questions that were still around last time, such as whether or not hybrid working will be here to stay, have been more or less answered. But there's still big challenges out there for us to tackle together. 62% of all HR decision makers across Europe say that they are having a tough time recruiting the talent they need. On top of that, nearly half of Europe's employees are thinking of moving to a new job in the next 6 to 12 months. Despite such important and fundamental challenges, the majority of HR leaders still report that they are wasting time with manual administrative tasks, which could be better spent dealing with these existential issues. Listening to our own customers, we learned that many delays are caused by fragmented processes across multiple tools and departments. This feedback inspired us to radically change how we see the future of HR software and introduce you to people workflow automation last year. We've continued to work on this vision on the future of this HR software category, and I have some really exciting news to share with you in just a few minutes. However, since not all of you were with us for our last H.U.G in October, I'd like to briefly take you back to our announcement of people workflow automation. We're really proud to have so many amazing customers which we talk to and learn from every day. We learned about the serious impact delays have on your organizations. So all of these stories are examples of events that trigger people processes. They go beyond the typical merit of HR, involving several other departments as well as additional applications. So a simple event like a promotion might cause a complicated process involving 3 stakeholders and 4 different tools. We believe that the existing HR software category is failing. Why? Because the vast majority of processes, as we just saw, go beyond HR, while the HR software is limited. We believe HR needs to be enabled to go beyond HR. I'm excited to introduce you to people workflow automation. People workflow automation transforms manual fragmented people process into automated workflows. People workflow automations ensure you don't miss out. People workflow automation accelerates organizational velocity, and people workflow automation enables HR to go beyond HR. Because organizations work better when all your apps and people are connected. With people workflow automation, we have shared our vision of the future of HR software. In fact, we believe this is an entirely new category of software that will help you become a better organization. But we didn't just paint a vision. We also announced how we were planning to bring it to life. So let me take you back again to H.U.G 2021 and to my co-founder and Personio's Chief Product Officer, Roman.
I'm thrilled to share a set of brand new people workflow automation features with you. Let me introduce you to what we call the Workflow Hub. The Personio Workflow Hub provides complete oversight for HR to oversee workflow execution progress, but also understand delays. We're proud to announce in-depth workflow integrations across Personio and Microsoft's Azure Active Directory. We also built an integration with Okta that features the very same powerful capabilities you've just seen. We're about to release global task management. One central inbox that speeds up task completion across everyone in your organization. Our vision is to automate any people workflow. Hence, we're building a custom workflow builder that enables HR to flexibly set up automated workflows. I hope you're as excited about both today's releases as well as what's ahead as we are. And I can't wait to see how you will leverage Personio and people workflow automation to automate workflows and drive organizational velocity in your business.
As Roman just said, we were not only excited about launching this set of new features, but we were also curious to learn how our customers would use people workflow automation. Curious to hear what is working well for you and what are you still missing. So we looked at some of the numbers since the launch in October to understand what has happened so far. Over 90% of all of our customers have used our e-signatures feature activated in their account, which allows them to create document workflows and sign documents like offer letters or contracts directly within Personio, without causing any delays. So far, our customers have made over 320,000 electronic signatures through Personio e-signatures. While we want to automate workflows, sometimes workflows create tasks for people. With global task management, we've built one central inbox for you to stay on top of your most important to-dos and get those done first and remove delays for your organization. Through global task management, our customers have processed over 35 million tasks in the past 9 months. The Workflow Hub we also launched last year provides an overview of all your critical workflows within Personio and gives you a tool to remove delays wherever a process might be stuck. Today, over 75% of our customers are using the Workflow Hub regularly. Lastly, our integrations with Okta, Microsoft Active Directory are managing over 15,000 employees today. This means that changes during an employee's life cycle, like someone joining a new department, are reflecting in the central company's directory and in the access rights of these employees without any delays. And because we are continuously further developing this area as well, we are about to also launch an integration with Jump Cloud with the same powerful capabilities. These are only a few examples of how our customers are using people workflow automation. All in all, Personio has automated around 1 billion data updates in the past year. 1 billion data updates that, not too long ago, would have required manual effort to get done, or even worse, would have fallen by the wayside completely, causing painful delays and having severe negative consequences. Seeing how much our customers are using these features and the countless of hours of time saved and delays avoided makes us really excited. However, even more important than the usage numbers we are seeing is the feedback we are getting from our customers. While we are in daily conversation with our over 6,000 customers, it's really hard to bring them all on this stage today and to hear about their experiences together. So instead, we've asked one of our customers, Statista, a leading provider of market and consumer data, to share their feedback with us. We've asked them how they make use of people workflow automation and how they benefit from it, but also, most importantly, what we could do even better.
Hi, I'm Julia, Team Lead HR Operations at Statista.
And hi, I'm Sebastian, CFO at Statista, in charge of finance and HR. We are a global provider of business information, empowering our customers worldwide to take better fact-based decisions. We employ more than 1,200 employees in our offices worldwide, from Los Angeles to Tokyo. and we have been one of the first Personio customers using the product since 2016. When we chose Personio, all our employee data was in Excel files, and we were looking for a solution that was digital, cloud-based, and able to support our growth in the future.
Today, Personio is the single source of truth for all our employee data and the heart of our employee processes. I've been working with Personio for a few years and I've seen a lot of changes and improvements in the system.
Digitizing and automating processes is at the core of our strategy to support the growth of the company. People workflow automation is one integral part as employees and employee data are at the core of many processes.
On average, we onboard more than one employee per day. That's why efficient processes are so crucial for us, and workflow automation helps us with that. Thanks to Personio's API option, we've connected the system to CultureAmp, LeapSum and Power BI.
In general, we believe to use the best tool for each purpose, and therefore it's important for us that the different tools can communicate with each other through easy-to-use APIs.
The on- and offboarding workflows in Personio really help us and make our lives easier in our everyday processes. What we're currently missing are the processes in between. That's why we're really looking forward to the custom workflow builder, and that will further help us automate our processes and make them even better.
At the moment, we have a couple of adjacent processes like budgeting or employee request management that we are using other tools for. And having such functionality in Personio would make our life a lot easier.
Thank you, Julia and Sebastian, for sharing your experience with us. As you can probably guess, I'm personally also really looking forward to the custom workflow builder, which we are currently working on and going to release to first customers in October. Julia and Sebastian also touched on another aspect, something that really got us thinking. In fact, we realized that we are dealing with the same issue ourselves and hear similar challenges from many of our other customers as well. As you've seen earlier, a lot of the manual work previously caused by various events across an employee lifecycle can now be automated by bringing all your apps and processes together in a single platform. However, there has been one aspect that hasn't received as much attention in the past, but still leads to a lot of repetitive manual work and ultimately to costly delays. It's the daily interactions between employees and their people teams that have become even harder to manage in a remote and hybrid world. Employees expect fast help, sometimes even across different time zones. And with email, Slack, Microsoft Teams, or Zoom calls, employees are now using a multitude of channels to reach out for support. Let's look at a couple of examples. Elise has finally made the much-needed hire for the open marketing role in her team and now requires assistance with navigating through the visa process. Or consider Eric, who has just joined the company and is looking for guidance on how he needs to track his hours and how he can get his timesheet approved. Similarly, Louise, who is looking to open a new job requisition and is asking for your support in the process. These are only a few examples, and I'm sure many of them look familiar to you. When we looked at these situations in more closely, we found that this is a problem that is not solved for many of you yet. So in search of a solution to this, we looked at our Personio marketplace with over 100 integrations to see if there was anyone that was already tackling this problem. And one solution stuck out. In fact, the one that also Statista and many of our other customers had already chosen to solve that problem. Back. Back is an employee experience solution that takes out the manual, repetitive parts of employee requests and was, in fact, one of the first integrations on the Personio marketplace. When talking to Back about the value we can bring to our customers together, it became clear pretty quickly that we'd be able to do a lot more if we could integrate the two solutions more tightly and develop them towards a common future. A future of people workflow automation. And therefore, I am thrilled to announce that we have decided to join forces and that Back will become part of the Personio product and also the Personio team. I could tell you a lot more about the Back product and why I'm excited to see it become part of Personio and why it will bring value to our customers. However, there's another person that is even better equipped to do so. Please welcome on stage with me, co-founder and CEO of Back, and now Personio's Head of Workflows and Conversations, Chris.
Thank you, Hanno. My co-founder James and I founded Back in 2018, based on the belief that by taking the pain out of internal processes, we could significantly improve the employee experience. Today, we're serving thousands of users across companies around the world, and only last year, they managed more than 80,000 employee requests via Back. With Back, we've been reimagining how employees can get help. For us, it was clear that this new approach of connecting workflows to different apps and tools will become a new category of software. From simple questions about policies, over requests to internal teams, towards fully automated employee journeys, everything should be connected. When we saw Personio's vision of people workflow automation, we thought, they get it. We have been an integration partner with Personio since 2019. But with people workflow automation, it became very clear to us that we share the same vision for our customers. And we could build a much better solution by working together on this. Now let me tell you how we solve common HR challenges and what you can look forward to. Let's go back to one of the examples Hanno talked about earlier. With Conversations, we are helping HR teams to stay on top of employee requests and communication. So let's go back to Elise, who reached out to you to get information about the visa process in your company. With Back, she can ask this question directly in her system of choice, in this example on Slack. Within a few seconds and without navigating out of Slack, Elise has created the request for your team. Meanwhile, your team manages all these conversations in a collaborative workspace that makes staying on top of priorities simple and intuitive. Here's our new request coming in. All of this works across multiple channels, so your team doesn't have to monitor Slack, MS Teams, and emails anymore. You can even connect your existing HR inbox. Now that we got the new request, let's take a look at it. Not only do we see all information at a glance, we can also reply directly from here, sending all communication directly back to the employee. In this case, back to Slack. Let's quickly update the status of this request so our team can keep an overview. But of course, there are many questions that you have already answered before, repeatedly over and over again. Wouldn't it be great if someone could answer them for you? That's exactly what we are doing with Knowledge. Remember Eric, who wanted to know how he can improve his timesheets. First, let's head to our knowledge base, where we can add the answer to this recurring question. And because we use Personio's HR data, your employee will only see the relevant information for their role and location. Our AI-powered bot will then automatically reply with the right information from our knowledge base and pass it on to Eric. But of course, we know not every employee question can be answered immediately, and some might even need collaboration of multiple teams beyond HR. For these, we build journeys. From onboarding to parental leave to office relocations, automated workflows help you to keep these employee journeys consistent. You can pick from a range of best practice journeys, enable them easily, and then customize them to fit your culture and processes. Let's take, for example, hiring journey for a new manager. the very question Louise asked about earlier. I was recently promoted to a manager position. Since Beck receives this information from Personio, it shows me a guide to our hiring process directly on MS Teams. Beck then collects all relevant information, automates tasks in other systems, and related approvals, making the job opening process more efficient for me and the HR team. To summarize, with our journeys, we help you to keep moments that matter consistent. They involve other teams and automate across different systems without the need of IT resources. I'm extremely excited that Beck is joining Personio and to bring those solutions to our customers. With that, back over to Hanno.
Thank you, Chris. This is really exciting, and I cannot wait to see how our customers will benefit from these products. Speaking of which, the one question many of you have on your mind right now probably is, how is this going to be integrated into Personio, and when can I start using it? Over the past 2 months, our teams have already started working on integrating the products Chris just showed you into Personio behind the scenes. This means in only a few weeks from today, we will be able to add first customers to the beta version of what we call Personio Conversations, and soon after, rolling it out to all of our customers. As you can tell, we are really excited about adding these new products to the Personio platform. With them, we bring additional value to our customers and also revolutionize the employee experience. It is one more step towards a future of people workflow automation by serving you with one integrated platform, the People Operating System. Now, I'm happy to welcome Miriam on stage. Miriam is a journalist from Sifted that has followed Personio for many years, and she's going to ask us a few questions about what we announced today. Welcome, Miriam.
Hi, good morning. Thanks very much for hosting me in Munich again. Nice to see you.
No problem. Thanks for coming.
So I can tell you're really excited about the integration of Beck's technology and team, but what is it that excites you the most about it?
I think it's really the additional value to customers with the HR teams leveraging their efficiencies, but also for their employees of making the employee experience much more seamless in a new hybrid and remote environment.
Sure. And can I just ask, how did you two meet? Who courted who?
Yeah, I mean, we both built HR companies, and we connected through that to exchange a few learnings. And obviously, we also worked together with the partnership since 2019. So that's how we met.
Right. And I heard that you actually had a few other offers on the table, right? But why did you decide to go with Personio in the end?
There were two main reasons for us. The first one being the mission. The vision of the people workflow automation is exactly what we have in mind when we started back. And so it's just a perfect fit to work together on this. But of course, this wouldn't work if not also the teams wouldn't work together. So the second reason was that the vision of how teams work, the culture of the company is so similar. And that was really fascinating to see in the process. And that makes it exciting to join Personio.
What do you both think is so similar about the culture or special about the culture that you will be creating together?
I think when you start a company, of course, there's every company has a culture, and that some part develops naturally. But we and Beck separately developed at some point a set of, we call it operating principles or core values, and it doesn't really matter how you call them and how they're specifically framed. But when we looked at them in a kind of our culture presentations and talked about what is important to you around ownership, around transparency, around providing people a sense of purpose. And there was a lot of these things that really overlapped in how we work together, not just by putting it on a slide, but really by identifying some of the mechanisms Beck is using to foster ownership in their team and some of the things we're doing, which were really similar. And that's why we are excited and hope that the Beck team will be feeling just as home joining Personio and the new colleagues as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what's key is also you build this company not only to serve and bring value to customers, but also to build a great company for people to join this great company. And I think that's also what we wanted to do with Beck, and thus it makes perfect sense.
So Hanno, you announced people workflow automation last year as like a whole new category in HR software. So for people that might be just tuning in now, can you explain in a nutshell, only a few sentences, what exactly it is?
Yeah, so people workflow automation was developed, again, from feedback from our customers. And the feedback was there's a lot of the HR processes or people processes actually go beyond the merit of HR. So they involve other tools like Slack, Microsoft Teams, and tools outside of HR, but also a lot of other stakeholders and departments which HR teams have to navigate through. And therefore, ultimately, what we do with people workflow automation is bringing all of these processes and transforming them into automated workflows that run across multiple tools and departments, and thereby avoiding delays. And with the back integration, that really puts people workflow automation on an entire new level, because so far we only had all of these triggers which we have in the system already, and now we get all of these additional information of, as we heard before, someone requesting information about a visa status or these kind of things where they usually used to walk into an HR office and ask those live, which doesn't happen as much today, and automating these is really powerful.
Excellent summary. So I hear as well that you're going to be opening new offices as well in Berlin, where Back's team's based.
Yeah, so we actually, throughout, of course, the last couple of years have grown, and we had a couple of remote employees all across Europe as well, and we saw accumulation of folks based in Berlin that actually didn't want to be remote. They just wanted to work for Personio, but there wasn't an office there. There was one trigger, and then the additional one with the Back team joining us that already is based in Berlin, has an office there, made it very logical to combine those forces. And while we have, of course, now a small office in Berlin, we're growing that much bigger and be adding all the existing employees to it, including the Back team, but also growing it much further, adding many more folks across all different departments.
Fantastic. So I've been following your journey over the last couple of years, and it's been really impressive to see Personio grow so big. But what can we expect from you in the coming weeks, months, years?
Yeah, I think we try to be very transparent about what we're here to do, and ultimately it's of course all focused on helping our customers be successful, and the people workflow automation vision is of course one we're very dedicated towards building towards, with now merging with Back and bringing that value to customers, but also the custom workflow builder that's coming soon. But also we're really growing very fast across European markets, and hence there's a big focus for us to making sure we're serving companies in Spain, UK, Nordics, or Benelux just as efficient and strong as we did when starting in the German market, and that's been seeing a lot of traction, and that's where the majority of growth also is coming from right now. So really that international focus is a big one for us as well.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much. That was great.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys.
Let's do this. You should stay in the shot. So come here, come to the middle. Come to the middle. Come stand with us. We're going to wrap things up.
And we are super excited because Personio is growing so much. It's incredible. And so many people are writing us in a chat. They are attending from many places in Germany, from Brussels, from France, Paris, London, Romania. What else?
Norway. But I also love the energy here. They're going, action, it's on, wow, started. That's from Brunello. We got people Spain, Berlin, Stuttgart, Italy, Luxembourg. I cannot pronounce that word. Germany. There's a bunch of people.
So yeah, started is, I think, the right word now. We're getting started now, and we're going to split our tracks into a German track and an English track. So Dan, tell me really quick, what are your highlights of the English track today and tomorrow?
So we got the global HR head from Spotify, Katarina, who's going to be kicking things off. And then we have an incredible speaker called Erin. I saw her in Poland 2 weeks ago. She's a rock star presenter. She's from INSEAD, and she wrote this book with the CEO of Netflix called No Rules Rules. Amazing, two powerful speakers coming in. And the key is it's super interactive. So they're both taking Q&As, so expect to engage. We really wish we could have you here, and hopefully we'll do that in a few more months. But definitely. Right now, we want you to engage in the comment section. So English track is pushing ahead with a lot of interaction. What's happening here?
So we're starting off with Tijen Onaran, which is a famous German entrepreneur. She's really got her own Barbie. So she's incredible, and she's talking about diversity and the difficulties about diversity. There's still so many. And also we are talking about things Germans normally don't like to talk about pay rates and conflicts at work. So stay tuned for the German track.
This is where we're going to have conversations about the future of HR. So get comfortable, get your favorite pillows, get your favorite pet, make sure the kids have gone off to school, and make sure that you engage entirely, because we've got a whole day of programming up ahead. But first up, we need coffee. So we're going to take a little coffee break. At 11 o'clock sharp, CEST, we will resume our streams. In the meanwhile, get used to the networking, the digital booths, and everything else on the platform. Go get your coffee, your teas, your orange juices, or whatever else you drink, and we'll see you very soon.